In Flash, you can use a technique called masking. Masking is the process of blocking off certain areas, making them invisible, allowing other parts of the image to come through. To do a mask, you need two layers, a mask layer and a masked layer. Let's go ahead and begin. The layer that I'm going to create first will be the mask. That is the layer that we look through. That is the layer that will have openings that we look through. A mask can consist of anything. It could be a simple shape. And I'm simply going to extend that out. So here I have a simple shape that's going to serve as my mask. This is what I'm going to look through. In this particular case, it does not matter what color it is. It simply is going to create the opening through which I'm going to look. All right. So I need to make this into a mask layer. So I right click, go to mask. Notice the icon corresponding to the layer has changed. It shows a mask. All right, I'm going to create another layer and I'm going to place this layer beneath my mask. You'll see that it is indented. So here's my mask layer. Here's my masked layer. This is what I will see through that opening. This could again be anything. Let me just simply take and create some text. And let's change the color of that. There we go. So I have what I'm going to look through on layer 1, that is this layer, the shape. I have on the other layer what I want to reveal. And in order to make the mask work in this particular situation, we have to lock both of those layers. You'll see that I see nothing at this time. That's because, let me unlock these. If I look through this mask, what is behind it is nothing, just my stage. So let me take my mask layer and move it up behind. Now let me lock both of those, and you'll see the only part of that text that I see is what is revealed by that shape. Now a mask, or what is being masked, can be tweened. So let's unlock these two layers and let me move my text. Let me take and start it in that position. So what I'm going to do is move my masked layer. I need a tween here. So let me go ahead and tween this. Oh, I'm going to leave that there. Let me get my cursor to my other keyframe. There we go. So if I scrub this, my words will move. And so when I lock both of these and now scrub the timeline, what I'll see is that word pass through or behind that opening. Likewise, I could make my mask move. I could tween it as well. So let me take it. Right now it is not a symbol. So I'm going to take and group that item. So I did a Command G to group that item. I'm going to tell it to create a motion tween. Make it a symbol. And we'll start with it in, let's say, this location. Move to my other location. And let's put it about there. So when I scrub across here, both are moving. And so lock both. And if I scrub across, you'll see that both are moving. If I go to Control, Test Movie, it's exactly what we see. Now, in this case, my mask is a shape, and what is being masked is the text. But it could also be just the reverse. So let me hide both of these. Let me create two layers. This layer here is going to become a mask. And then I'm also going to need another layer that's going to become my masked layer. And on my mask this time, let's go ahead and put the text. So let's say mask. And on my masked layer, let's go ahead and create a shape. And I'm going to do a rectangle. And this time, what I'm going to do is for my color, I am going to use a gradient. Let's say a linear gradient. And let's do something like that. So I'm going to draw, make sure I'm in the right place here. Make sure I get on my correct layer. And I'm going to create that. And so now if I were to take and hide both of these, I will see that gradient through the text. And if I wanted to, I could take that and tween it. So let me take and tween that. Let me move to my other keyframe location. And so now I will have that gradient moving in the background. Now how well you can see that. If you notice, it's getting a little bit darker throughout the image. Let me exaggerate that a little bit more. Let me unlock these layers. And let's start with this here. And let's end up with it there. All right, lock both of those. Yeah, I think you can see a little bit better. All right, so that completes the tutorial on masking. You have to have two layers, one a mask layer, one a masked layer. One you look through, the other one is what you see.